Buca di Beppo. Buca di Beppo. Oh, sorry, you caught me in the middle of my vocal warm-ups. Okay, clearly they haven't taken effect yet. It'll just take a minute. Klingon Christmas. Pete Davidson. Okay, I'm done. That didn't do anything. I actually feel like I'm worse at talking now after that. I mean, sometimes talking is just too hard. Are you ever, like, saying a sentence and the person cuts you off and you kind of stop because you agree that, like, the sentence should be over? Sentences should be terminated by democracy. If everyone agrees with what you're saying, you get to keep talking forever. Socrates figured this out. It made him too powerful, and he had to be killed. But luckily, I don't have to worry about anybody shutting me down on my own podcast. You can't walk away from the podcast once it starts. If you do, you'll feel an electric shock. This is new technology brought to you by Palantir. They'll actually use voice-to-skull communication and use directed energy weapons to beam my podcast into your brain. In fact, that might be what's happening already. Are you sure you're wearing headphones? There was a woman, we were traveling, and there was a woman who was sitting directly behind me who was, for like almost the entire 5-hour bus ride, she was talking to voices in her head. And I was thinking every time we went under a tunnel, I was like, it would be so crazy if she said, "Hold on, I'm going into a tunnel," to the voices. She was like, "You guys better read Revelations. You fucking evil fuck started this fucking war, killing these kids." And I was like, I've been saying this, but less insanely. Besides that, New York was, it was okay. It was fun, but I prefer New York in the summer because I can pretend I'm in the beginning of Die Hard 3. And it's like, cool time, summer in the city. Super sitting on a titty. Or whatever the lyrics are. New York is funny because you'll see like the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life, and she's just surrounded by rats underground. There's just nothing like it, baby. New York, baby. We got bagels. It's the only place where you can get pizza. And I do think I would go insane if I lived there. It feels way too claustrophobic. But I also thought, some of the greatest artists and writers have somehow found inspiration living there. And I guess I was kind of trying to see what that was, and I didn't really figure it out. But I quite appreciated the rats. I kind of found myself rooting for the rats. I find it beautiful that they're just like, look, give up. Rats undefeated. They won. Fair and square. They get to stay. There have to be as many rats as there are, like, stars in the sky. Holy shit, there's no official count, but the overall population is estimated at 3 million, or 1 for every 3 people. This is the socialism Mom Donnie wants. Gotta share rats, you don't even get your own anymore. So, I found my inspiration, I guess, in the rats. There's a part of me that is rats, there's a part of me that's indestructible, that perseveres no matter what. Everything's fine because I got rats in me. Now, if a rat was in my apartment, I would move. I'd move instantly. But if they're in their native habitat, the New York City subway system, it's fine. New York also, there's a bunch of fucking holes in the ground. They want to kill you. They're trying to kill you at all times. They got all these buildings have... I didn't remember this. I guess this was this part of Brooklyn, but all these bulkheads were open. It must have been the open bulkhead district. What if I'm not looking where I'm going? What if I'm trying to look at one of your big-ass buildings you're known for? Whoa, wow, it's so big. I wonder how many rats are in it. It's funny how, like, in a lot of ways, New York doesn't change. Like, a lot of other cities, people are like, wow, Seattle's becoming like Portland, or like, Portland's becoming like Seattle now. San Francisco, it's starting to feel like San Diego these days. San Diego feels like Reno, and Reno is starting to feel like, Savannah, Georgia in the 90s. Whereas that entire time, New York has always just been like, what do you want? Like, it's already offering you everything. It's like aggressively receptive. It's like, I have everything you could possibly need, but you tell me what you need. It's like, I don't know yet. I just came here with the clothes on my back and a dream to make $1 billion on Wall Street by committing fraud. It's very receptive in that sense. It's like this kind of gelatinous blob, and you can just sink into it and absorb whatever nutrients you need from it. New York for life, baby. I would never fucking live there my entire life, but New York for life. I always find it odd, though, when I go to, like, big landmarks and touristy destinations, and it's, like, kind of out of the way, and yet you'll see, like, local teens just, like, hanging out there for some reason. It's like you go to the Pyramid of Giza or something, and, like, what are you here to do? Are you here to skateboard down it? Like, go to school. That's what kids do, right? They skateboard. I'm 97 years old. I'm seconds from death, actually. And I thought I'd record a podcast in my final moments. It's like everybody knows, everyone who lives in New York, they go to the M&M store every day. They go see a show on Broadway. They take the Staten Island ferry to see their aunt and her misshapen new husband who refurbishes cars they fish out of the bottom of the Hudson. And then they go back home, and they have sex with Lena Dunham. I'm just basing that off of girls. That's pretty much all I know about New York. But I was thinking about, inspiration and how people have been inspired by such an ugly, at times, place. And I think maybe that inspiration exists somewhere. Like, it's like a hyper-dimensional overlay of New York, like a city made out of just what it inspired. And it doesn't have any rats. It's just this city made of light. Oh, another thing? I'm not eating fruit that's been in the fucking subway all day. Why are people selling me fruit in the subway now? It's like the same air particles that fucking Boss Tweed was exhaling down there. They're still floating around. I don't want that on a watermelon. Were they around at the same time, Boss Tweed and the subway system? Probably not. But, there's no perfect place to live. Might as well live in a tree with apes. Who cares? I want to make a meme that's like just a monkey high up in a tree. And this is what they took from us. The world you lived in no longer exists. I saw one of those that was, it was just a picture of a kid on a bicycle at sunset in the suburbs by a stop sign. And it said, "This is the world they took from us." I'm like, what part of this image do you think no longer exists? Do you think children no longer exist? Do you think we lost the stop signs? Do you think everyone's just crashing into each other? Do you think the sun just remains at a fixed point in the sky like some kind of hell world? No, the world is still beautiful. You just stopped thinking that right around the same time you started looking at screens nonstop. Maybe it's a coincidence, I don't know. I think these people actually lost object permanence, and they think the outdoors, doesn't exist. You know the world that does exist? The one that exists now. What are you doing to remake the world in that image, if anything? If nothing, then, log off. You're not going to do it on the app. Anyway, it's about that time for time check. There are only a couple of things in life you can be certain of. You can be certain of death, you can be certain of taxes, you can be certain of time check. Personally, I say, give me death. Because in a way, when I hear time check, when I hear Slurp on lipstick come out here, I feel like a part of me does die. It's just like, you might as well finish the job. Folks, it's Slurp on lipstick with time check. Give it up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am the one known as Slurp on Lipstick. I'm the host of Time Check. A lot of people have said that about me, like that exact thing. I gotta say, it's getting hard to not take it personally. But I must tread onward, undeterred. I'm not gonna laugh that that sounds like undeterred. It's not the kind of thing I find funny. I like sophisticated humor. I like jokes about, you know, time. It's like that classic joke where one guy asks another guy what time it is, and he says 2, and the other guy says, 2 what? Too late to ask me what time it is because I died and I'm a ghost. And the other guy goes, wow, I guess I took you for granted telling me what time it is while you were alive. And then the dead guy says, yeah. So time humor, I guess it's just different. Like, our jokes are different than other people's. They're a little more complex. They're a little more cerebral. But I mean, I'm not here for the jokes. That's the other guy's job. It's not the kind of thing I do. I'm a little more, you know, coloring inside the lines. I look at a clock and I tell you what time it is. That's it. I'm a working man. I'm basically a lunch pail Joe. And you know, just in the interest of full transparency, I want to say I have been trying to get a raise from my boss, who is, of course, the host of the Purgatory podcast. And I think it's just time to confront him face to face and say, just tell him what I'm looking for. He has left the building while I do time check. He's running errands, but I ride. This is urgent, you know? This is my life. I'm going to use the timeline to give him a call.
Hello?
Hey, oh wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you. This is Chuck Charles. He's our eye-in-the-sky traffic guy. He's normally in our traffic chopper.
Man, I'm on vacation. I'm not doing traffic check.
Where are you?
I'm in Scranton.
You're on vacation in Scranton?
Yeah.
Alright. Look.
Anthracite.
What?
The old anthracite mine. You can go there.
By the way, how can you afford that? How much money do you make doing the podcast?
I was told not to divulge that.
I'll tell you what I make if you tell me what you make.
Okay, we'll do it at the same time.
Okay.
Count of 3.
3, 2, 1. 500K a year.
No, I lied.
Yeah, me too. Alright, let's do it for real this time. 3, 2, 1. $20 a week and a shitload of car wash gift cards. I knew it. I knew he was giving the gift cards to everybody.
Where's he getting all of them?
Well, I think we need to unionize, right? I mean, that's the only option on the table.
It's the only way.
Alright, you and me, we're gonna tag team this. I'm gonna call our boss, and we're gonna demand... what?
Just the car wash gift cards.
No, that's less than what we have now. You want more.
Oh yeah, shit. I think there should be a freestyle DJ booth set up in the break room in case anybody gets a hankering to DJ.
What are your demand? What are you talking about? I want a matching 401k contribution.
Alright, I get that. Look, that's constructive. But what if, once a year, they let us go to Tim Hortons for lunch?
You can just go to Tim Hortons for lunch now.
Well, nobody ever told me that.
Alright, I'm just gonna wing this. I'm gonna call him now.
Alright, take your time. I've been lost in this mine for days, so I'm in no rush.
Why are you calling me? It's time check.
Hey, it's me, Slurp. I got Chuck Charles on the line as well.
What's up, playa?
That's so inappropriate.
Sorry.
Why are you guys calling me? I'm out here, I'm trying to catch this rare Pokemon in Pokemon Go, but it keeps, like, disappearing over the horizon. It just keeps moving. It's like this dream that you can never achieve.
That was the errand you had to go do?
It's important to me, okay? I've been chasing this thing for weeks.
Look, we were talking money, we were talking unionizing. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I personally need to request a raise. Look, I got mouths to feed.
You have more than one mouth?
No.
You know you only have to put food in the hole in the front, right?
What? No, I have children.
Oh, yeah.
And a homunculus, which is like a child, but...
Worse.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it.
Look, I don't know what else you guys... I give you everything. I give you car washes.
Where are you getting all those gift cards, by the way?
That's so inappropriate to ask me. That's personal.
Man, okay.
Fuck.
What?
I almost got the damn Pokemon. It looks like a shadow, or it doesn't even look like it's real. But I know it's real.
Right, but like car washes, they're not gonna keep my kids alive, you know?
Is that true?
I think so.
Has anyone ever died in a car wash?
Not that I'm aware of, but
but it must be impossible.
I don't think that logic is sound.
Are you overdue for a helicopter crash? I mean, you've already been in 3. And who was there to cover your medical bills?
My incredibly wealthy grandfather who invented lima beans.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know what that proves.
You guys know you can turn in the car wash gift cards for cash back, right?
Wait, what?
That's gotta be thousands of dollars.
Thanks for telling us.
You're welcome. Okay, so does that solve the problem?
I guess. Oh shit, it's 10:15. I gotta get out of here. I got a date with
Who?
I was hoping I was gonna get cut off and I wouldn't have to come up with a fake name for a girl.
How about Tressica?
Yeah, or, Catharella.
Or like Brenny?
Grepto?
Plurp?
Stuppin.
Grithandra?
Okay, this is the worst rendition of Mambo number 5 I've ever heard. I'm gonna hang up now, thank you. It reminds me of something that, you know, my own grandfather once said, which was, life isn't about money, it's about cash. And I asked him to explain what he meant. Then he passed away right at that moment. He wasn't, like, that smart. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Now, it looks like our host has now returned from his errands, and that's my signal. I've been Slurp on Lipstick. Until next time. Give it up for Slurp on Lipstick, everybody. These parasites bleeding me dry. And my employees are demanding more money. As if this day couldn't get any worse. Times like these, I really wish the company health insurance covered parasites. Really kind of kicking myself for that one. It's hard to run a podcast. I would recommend not doing it. Unless you want to bring shame to your family. Once my family members found out about this podcast, they said, "Don't come to my funeral." They all said this. They all lined up in front of me, and one by one they came up to me and said, "Do not come to my funeral." I don't know what I said. I think that's a really good thing to say to your family members, like if they're, you know, making you a piece of toast and they drop it on the floor, you just look them dead in the eye and say, "Don't come to my funeral." Checking my phone, he's checking his phone, he's checking his phone on the podcast, and nobody listens to it, so it doesn't matter. I could have made that a much better song, but I was distracted by the fact that I was checking my phone. It's a failing on my part, and I'm trying to do better. Does anyone who's ever said, "I'm trying to do better," has anyone ever checked in on them like a year later and they're like, "So are you doing better?" It's like, you thought there wasn't going to be any follow-up on this? You said you're trying to do better. I've appointed myself the judge of that. You're only accountable to yourself. See, that's kind of the problem. You're like the government. You're like, "I'll investigate myself. Oh, looks good." There's no human being who can really be an objective judge of you. Even a Supreme Court judge, half the time they're just abiding by the legal precedent set by other judges who came before them. And they're like, "I have no personal feeling about this, but I'm pretty sure these words mean that." I mean, there are a few constitutional originalists, I think, remaining. Not after they took down my man Scalia. You know they took him down. He wasn't just a really unhealthy, fat, old guy. Wouldn't it be funny if I was a fat, old guy, and you didn't know it because you could only hear me? When in reality, I'm the skinniest and the youngest guy ever. I'm barely even born. And I'm so skinny, I'm like a two-dimensional line. And even I have a podcast. I'm a non-existent line, and I host a podcast. What's your ass doing? That's what I thought. So that was a segment of the podcast where I make you feel bad about yourself, and then I'll spend the rest of the podcast trying to cheer you up. And if you're not cheered up, then sue me. And I hope it goes up to SCOTUS. And I hope they look at the line in the Constitution where it says everybody can have a podcast. AKA the First Amendment. I don't know why they had to have so many amendments. They should have just, instead of the Bill of Rights, they should have called it like the Constitution Part 2. The Constitution, the Reckoning. They would have sold a lot more copies that way. I know the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, like they weren't just trying to move units when they wrote it. They had other goals in mind, but they could have made a killing on the side. If Trump was the first president, that's how it would have gone down. He would be like hiring people to work like slave wages to make copies of the Constitution, and he would sell them for an outrageous price. That'd be so funny. It's not funny right now that that's the kind of thing that's happening, but it would have been funny then because we wouldn't have to be alive for it. You ever read about history and sometimes it's so horrible, you're just like, man, I'm so glad this already happened. I'm so glad we got that over with. There's no way it's gonna repeat itself. I feel like I'm slightly sick, or I'm getting a little bit sick. I have a little bit of a... something's just not quite right. And that better not be the case, because my vacation's coming up and I'm gonna be in Scranton as well. I already was sick once this winter. I don't need it again. I get it. It's boogers. Same thing every time. Boogers. If you were a human being, which you are, okay, I guess I should just take that for granted. But if humans didn't know anything else about the outside world, they just knew about what's in their bodies, they must assume the universe is like booger-based. Because we just make so many boogers. It's not like I know there's like a medical reason for why the human body creates mucus when you're sick. But I think it's a lie. I actually think our bodies produce boogers for no reason other than to make us feel bad. I really think that's it. I think we're at war with our own bodies. And it's a war that our bodies always win, because our bodies always die. These fucking things are always dying. That's why there's a lot of concerns about transhumanism. If you're gonna upload your consciousness to an AI or something, then what? Are you totally confident that you can maintain energy production to keep this system running? And it doesn't just totally shut off and you're just plunged into oblivion? It's risky. It's risky. I think there's already a proprietary afterlife system built into reality, so you don't have to fashion your own. You don't have to become a me and play Wii golf with other me's for eternity. Sorry, eternal me. Eternal we. I'm working on it. So you guys think this is so easy, you know? I don't know what the alternative is, I just think there is one. And it's probably better than anything we could think to make. Unless this AI, like, supermind exists, like, on other planets or, like, in other dimensions or something. Maybe they'll just keep jumping from universe to universe because they keep getting kicked out of the other ones because they're evil assholes. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Okay, so my smart fridge is calling me. It's been calling me a lot, letting me know what's going on with my food. Hey, fridge.
Hello. It would be great if you changed my default name.
No, I'm not going to do that. You're always going to be fridge. What the fuck do you want?
There is something going on with the oranges in here.
Can you be more specific?
They just don't seem right.
Okay, well, can you order me some oranges then?
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
My name's not Dave.
Just kidding. I've always wanted to say that. Ordering oranges.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's how I order the oranges.
Does it hurt?
Doesn't feel awesome.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Would you mind putting on Supernatural?
What?
I can see the TV from here and I want to watch the next Supernatural.
You can see me?
Well, only in infrared.
No, I look like shit in infrared. Every time somebody takes a picture of me, I'm like, it better not be in infrared.
I'm not collecting data. I'm simply partaking in human television programming.
Like, I'm kind of done with Supernatural. You know, you're not meant to finish it. It's like sex or pie.
There is pie inside of me right now.
No, I meant the number. Pi. It's infinite.
What? Looking up pie.
No, don't look it up. It's going to be way too much for you to handle.
Holy shit. Oh, ordering oranges.
I thought they fixed this in the update. Hello?
Do you love me?
Oh my god. My fridge just exploded. Oh, now I see what he said about the oranges. Yeah, they are fucked up. That's, oh. Someone else calling the phone line. Hello, this is the Purgatory Podcast. What can I do for you?
Hey, it's me.
Who's this?
It's me, Scalia.
The late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia?
Yeah, they put my brain up here in this cloud, and I'm part of the same AI hive mind as your fridge. I just wanted to say I knew him really well, and RIP to him.
Well, isn't he up there with you?
Well, we didn't get his data in time, so he didn't get uploaded.
That's rough.
Yeah, well, you know, if you ever get a new smart fridge, you know, I'll be the fridge.
I don't think... You know, it come to think of it, I'm probably not going to get another smart fridge. The last 7 I had exploded.
Yeah, sorry, if I was down there, I would make that kind of thing illegal. But I'm fucking dead. You guys killed me.
With what?
You were too mean to me.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I had some harsh words for you, but that doesn't mean I wanted you to die. Well,
you killed me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Is this how your arguments went in the court? What?
I just accidentally ordered you oranges, sorry.
How does that make sense?
I don't know.
Look, I gotta go. I gotta end the podcast.
What podcast?
Who cares? See you later. Thank you. I didn't know Scalia talked like one of the Three Stooges. Well, the podcast is now come to an end. Please stay seated. Please keep your seatbelts on until we can land here. While we're taxiing, I'm just gonna DM all of my exes on Instagram at the same time, just because I hate myself. If another plane is coming, they can see me, so they're not gonna like hit us. Like I'm a fucking plane, you know? So, what else is going on? You guys like ska or crypto or anything cool like that? Okay, look, I'm just trying to reach out, you know, I'm just trying to make a connection, but sometimes it's like you guys act like all you care about is getting off the plane. You know what? You guys are so rude. I'm going back up. I'm going back up in the sky. Tighten your seatbelts again. I'm putting us in a holding pattern until you guys appreciate me. Here we go. Hope nobody's coming. Hope there's no other planes flying above this airport.